Hello farmers, and welcome back to No Man's Land, standing over here at the maple syrup production building we just put down last episode, and we are producing maple syrup. These are not 1,000 liter pallets per, they're just shy of 300 liters per, so don't even have 1,000 liters of maple syrup, but that's fine. It's going to produce it on its own. I was kind of hoping for a couple things or some things I would like to see changed to this production line here. I'd like to see where we have to drive like a tanker over and just like collect the sap out of the trees and then maybe deliver it to some containers over here in the shed. And I would like to also see the production, instead of just adding water, I would actually like to see add wood to the production, because if you know how maple syrup is made, basically you got to take sap from the trees and then you got to boil a lot of the water out of the sap to actually get yourself some maple syrup. So I could actually see the water kind of, I think basically this took like a greenhouse production mod and just swapped it over to this, which is perfectly fine. But I would like to see like wood added to as material needed to be added in order to get maple syrup, because you need wood to get the fire to boil the water out of the sap. But I would like to see it being collected, the sap out of the buckets, then brought over to like a hut or whatever. That's just my opinion. Another thing I probably should have mentioned in this production is if you go to construction, and there's actually is a sell point that comes with this here. I got to go to production, then sell points. It's right here. So for $1,000, you can. I'll scroll on down. You can kind of see it does rotate 360 degrees. You can put one down for 1,000. I don't know where to put one yet, but luckily I got a production building already, a modded production building that will take maple syrup. But that's not what we're going to start the day with. Today we're going to start the day looking. Well, first of all, you may have seen it quickly. I do have something of interest in the used vehicle sale department. A Crone trailer that takes just about anything. Usually goes for about 120, knocked down to 68,333. Very interesting. I'm going to keep it there just for a moment, and we're going to get to work, and I'm just going to just mull it over for a little bit. We need to get the planters, and we're going to scroll all the way down here, and I was looking at it while I was planting sugarcane. We're going to get Stevie's Vaderstad one that seeds. It's a little bit faster because we got some big fields to get done today, and I don't want to spend too long doing it. We're going to go ahead and lease it for $8,160. Every additional hour is $33.60. So we'll see what we get done. How much horsepower do I need on this? 300 horsepower. The McCormick is not 300 horsepower, is it? Or did I upgrade that one? Is that a medium tractor? That's 264 horsepower. So the Fendt, where is my... Oh, okay, there's my Fendt right there. Let's go grab the Fendt. Yeah, I got some seed left over from the sugarcane harvest. We will drive right past the field, and you're going to see the sugarcane did actually grow overnight a little bit. So let's get the Fendt out of here. How are we doing on diesel fuel and repair status? We are all good. Let's drive right on over. We'll be keeping an eye on our sugarcane. And there it is, growing wonderfully already. The problem is I'm going to need to fertilize this. I think that's the first growth stage, so I should be able to drive in there. I don't have a tractor with narrow tires, but I don't think it's going to matter. Let's do a little bit of a test here in a corner. I don't, because sugarcane should be like every other crop. Am I going to be able to drive into it without damaging it? Yes. Okay, so we'll get that fertilized today as well. As for the strips in the field across the way, yeah, you can kind of see them. I did not go back over and touch them up, just because I'm going to burn a lot of diesel trying to get that little stripes done. I don't know why Course Play did that. Not too sure why. It didn't do it with the sugarcane one over here. But whatever. So I just left it as is. I did get the field across from the cabin done with oats also, so that's good to go. Now, we're not selling the clothes yet. April is the time to sell the clothes because the clothes price demand is going up. So I'm going to wait longer until I actually need it. So we got work to do. We're going to go ahead, go on down, get the planter, come back, top off with seed, fertilizer. And I think we're going to start off with the two newer fields up the hill. And we are going to plant sunflower in those. Let me double check. It is sunflower that I said we're doing, right? Where's my calendar? There we go. Sunflowers, yes. Because I did want to plant canola, but we were too late to plant canola, so we're going with sunflower. So we will be making sunflower oil later in the year. We don't have the factory down. We got to put 2 factories down this year, sugar and oil production. Now, the production building, the big red barn, will do the oil, but we're going to do the base game. Well, I say the base game. We're going to put down the no handcuffs mod oil production, so it gets done a little bit quicker. And it takes a little bit more. Let's go down and get the planter. I'll meet you back at the farm. We'll top off with seed, fertilizer, go up and start planting in some sunflower up in those 2 fields. And eventually we're going to put down some beehives, but we don't quite have the money. Got to wait to sell until we sell the clothes for that stuff. The month of April is going to be a long, well, not a long month, might be 2 episodes worth. Got a lot of work to get done here. Let's go ahead and top off with some seed first. So I don't fold this before I can fill it up with seed. No, I don't. No, we do not here. So I didn't take as much sugar cane in that field as I thought I was going to, so that's good. Saved us, you know, it was costing pretty close to $5 grand every time I had to fill it. Not close enough to that fertilizer bag. So you can see I got the Mack truck all ready to go here for selling some clothes later on. And is that going to be enough? Probably not. Let's go ahead and get some more fertilizer. Let's see here. Can I sneak through here? Probably I can. And do I have to open up these covers now? There we go. So that's kind of weird. In order to fill from the sheds, I got to uncover. I got to open up the containers on the drill, but when you're taking from the bag, you do not. Interesting. Now this is what always gets me with planters. Now, as we talked about before, planters are different from drills because planters are made for bigger seeds. If you look at how much fertilizer I can hold compared to how much seed I can hold, yeah, 1,440 liters of seed only. So I'm probably going to come down here and refill a lot. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but more than I would like to. But it is what it is. We shall get it done. The more I'm thinking about it, though, that the trailer is for sale, probably going to buy it because it's something that I do want. And I don't have no problem spending the money. I would like a bigger combine, but really the trailer, you know, it's for sale now. And I think it was like 53,000 liters it will take. Where is it again here? Hopefully it stays there a little bit longer. 52,000 liters is what it will take. Okay, let's turn on our planter. Ah, yes. With this working speed here, it won't take us too long to get these fields done. So we are going to put down a couple beehives up here. The bigger ones, I think they're like 19,000 apiece. I do have a mod for where the beehive, not the beehives, where the honey pallets spawn. I think I can get up to where it can hold up to 24 pallets. So I'll probably go ahead and do that. It's almost like they're all the same price. So I might as well put down the one that holds the most. So these fields here are probably going to grow some weeds into them because I didn't plow the fields. I subsoiled them into a field. So we should actually get weed growth in these fields. I'll have to take care of them probably in a day or so. And we'll get them with the weed puller. I got to take care of some of these brushes around here. I do hope to get into some landscaping once we get all of our fields taken care of here, which will be the month of April, and maybe the month of May if I got to fertilize or weed and all that kind of stuff. But hopefully during the summer months we can go ahead and do some landscaping and start making some more roads. Get rid of some of the bushes around here that don't need to be where they need to be. Put down some more trees. But we got a lot to do here. A lot of landscaping to do around the factories that we have. We got to put down a couple more factories. A lot to get to this year. I think we're going to be just fine. The more buildings we put down, the more production we're doing. I was actually shocked when I woke up this month. I check on the animals before I go to bed every night to make sure they got enough food and everything, and I went over to the sheep to see if they had a bale of hay there, which they did. I'm like, okay, so they're not going to run out. And I checked the spawn point for wool. I'm like, it's fine. And I woke up and it got the warning message, no more space for wool. I was like, you guys made that much wool overnight? All right then. Maybe I won't have to make cotton much longer. They made like about 4,000. Was it? Those are 1,000 liter pallets, right? So they made about 4,000 liters of wool overnight. We do have 100 sheep, and of course, as they get to a certain age, they actually will produce more wool. I don't know how long we've had them for now, but they've been there for a couple years, I think. All right, so I'm not going through as much seed as I originally thought I was going to, which is fine. Fine by me. So it shouldn't take us too long to get these two fields knocked off with sunflower. And then we're going to start planting corn. We'll go down to the smaller field first, and then I'll get a worker onto the bigger field. And that way we can get to work fertilizing the fields that we planted yesterday, because all those fields need a second stage of fertilization on them. These fields we're doing today do not require a second stage of fertilization, so they'll be all set. But let's get these two fields knocked out, and then I'm going to go on down, plant some corn in the other field, and then, like I said, get to work on the fields we planted yesterday.
I didn't know something was wrong. Here I was dreaming we got along so perfectly and wordlessly. Had I been there some of the time, I would have seen all of the signs of our fault. I'm sorry, but we had something real, a bit of you, a bit of me. And now I'm swimming through a bittersweet, bitter truth. I don't know how to start over with someone else. Thinking of you still making me breathless. We had it good, baby, we had it bad. I let you go, now you're stuck in my head, like an all-out, drawn-out goodbye. Like an all-out, drawn-out goodbye. Call out to everyone I know, buy me a drink and help me let go of the suffering. Oh, help me get back again, 'cause we had love enough, a bit of time, a bit of luck. Now I'm dreaming up peace of mind, getting unstuck. I don't know how to start over with someone else. Thinking of you still making me breathless. We had it good, baby, we had it bad. I let you go, now you're stuck in my head, like an all-out, drawn-out goodbye.
Not going through as much seed as I originally thought we would, but then I did realize when I was planting up with the sunflowers, I'm like, well, this is a Stevie mod, so I'm guessing he may have reduced how much seed and fertilizer it takes when you plant. I don't know how much he reduces it by, but that's probably why I'm not going through as much as I originally thought I would. I just like seeding and drilling a little bit faster when I'm trying to get an episode done. I'm not doing it to save money on seed and fertilizer. Although, it helps. It does help a little bit. So as you can see, we have switched over to corn for down here. Now, I think someone did mention last episode that they did corn into popcorn, and it took a while to go through all that corn. We'll plant it, put it through. And then when next year comes, if we still are going making corn, popcorn, we got plenty of other things we can make. I'm pretty sure more production buildings will come out. Now, there's a couple of production buildings I would like to see, but I don't think Giants will allow that kind of product to be made. But it's not going to stop people from making the mod. Like I said, I did it in 15. Potatoes into vodka was one of them. I'm pretty sure Giants will not release that in the Giants mod hub. So, of course, you could always make grapes into wine. That kind of stuff. I know there was maps out in, I think it was actually 19, to where some maps came out to where they were growing tobacco, and yeah, Giants was like, nope. But you could get those maps on third-party sites, I guess you call them. All right, so one field of corn is done. I think what I'm going to do is that way I don't have to disturb one of the Franks, whoever's going to be planting next field of corn, and go back to the main farm and top off with some seed and then put them on a worker. We're going to grab the T6, I think, and put the fertilizer spreader on the back of that and take care of our sugarcane field and, of course, the 2 oat fields that we planted yesterday. And then, is it still there? It's still there in the store. We'll probably check on the price of clothing the longer I wait. Now, that trailer has been there since yesterday afternoon, so it's getting kind of close to coming off the market. I mean, yeah, the clothing is like at 10,300 right now. So, I mean, the peak we've seen it is at 10,005. So I'll miss out on a couple $100 per 1,000 liters, which could add up. But if I want to buy that trailer, I probably should take care of that as soon as I can before it comes off the market. All right, let's get one of these Franks to work today. Let's see, we're in this field here. And this general direction. Be curious to see if we miss any rows. 5% overlap, we'll go with 4. And that should be good enough. All right, and then start job. And they're should go all the way down to where the start point is. I missed a tree that I needed to cut by the side of the field, so it must be, yeah, got to take care of that later on. Let's go ahead and make sure. All right, looks like Mrs. Frank is taking over today. All right, now she's going to think about the course. She's eyeing it up. You can just tell she's trying to figure out the course. It's like, all right, I got it. I think I should start with the headland like I always do. Doing good. All right, now you want to unfold your implement. There you go. Right now, I think she's doing better than what Mr. Frank does. Hoping that tree is not going to be a problem. I think it's going to be. And doink. All right, where? It's a rental, so it's fine. It's fine. That's 5% overlap. That looks like more than 5% to me. But then again, all depends on how course play tries to figure out where the field is. Not too sure. That's 5% overlap, apparently. Either way, the job will get done, and she'll get paid for her wonderful work that she's doing. I do want to double check on the fields and make sure. Yeah, we got double fertilization here, double fertilization here, and double fertilizations going on here. The one thing I do want to try out now while I'm thinking about it with you guys is, this is going way back before I had a grass field, and I was cutting grass anywhere. And yeah, it's starting to annoy me with these oddly shapes. But I'm wondering if I can find my way out of the cabin here. If we just run over here for a second. Actually, let me just go here, and we're going to go into landscaping for just a moment. Since it's free. No, rotate this way. I think it's over here somewhere. So if I do this and just, it's over here somewhere, right? It does get rid of it. All right, so I may take care of that off camera. because it's going to be hard to figure out where I was. But these little lines annoy me because, you know, where the field's kind of where I'll have to get rid of those later on. So that will work. So if you did the same thing I did, and those lines everywhere on the map are bothering you, you're blocked by an object. Mrs. Frank, what the heck? All right. Hang on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I forgot to take care of some trees around the field, obviously. So let me go ahead and help these people out here. Always forgetting to do work in the winter months. Think you got them all covered, then you don't. Once I get the headland done, they should be fine. Actually, I was going to say, oh, we're fine, but those trees are close enough to the field that maybe it's an issue. Let me just make sure that they're on nearest waypoint is where they start now. So once I turn this corner, if I hit Control H, they should be fine. Alright, so Control H again. And looks like Mr. Frank has come over. Apparently Mrs. Frank just got fed up with the whole job. Like, no, I'm not doing it. So Mr. Frank's going to come over and hopefully finish off the field. Hopefully he goes around like he should. Looks like everything's good. Alright, where is my T6? Does anyone know? Yeah, that's right. I was over here washing up the drill in the T6 after getting done with the oats yesterday. So let's go ahead and park this away. And it looks like I parked the McCormick right behind it to get it washed. Let's see here. Yep, parking it right in here. Yeah, so getting that trailer is going to help us out because with the sugar cane, like I said, I'm guesstimating from watching Daggerwin's video the other day with the same size field, about 250,000 liters of sugar cane will get off that field. So getting that trailer definitely will help out quite a bit. Let's see, the rock stone picker is currently blocking the fertilizer spreader. So the only trailer we currently have is a 12,000 liters, so that'd be a lot of trips over to the sugar factory. We'll just hook up. Don't hook up the hoses or anything. Of course, if you don't hook up the hydraulic hoses and air hoses, that's about as fast as I can go. So maybe I should have hooked them up a little bit. Alright, that's good. Okay, so how much fertilizer do I have in here is the question. Nope, further. Right about there. Looks like there's fertilizer in it. Alright, sugarcane field first. Are we on the max width? We currently are. Oh, that course play is still loaded for this. Let's go ahead and delete that so we have to watch the lines everywhere. So we should be okay on crop crushing, right? Yep, we're fine. Now let's turn this on here. And we'll get this job done. The oat field's done. And then it's off to sell clothes. And then build some beehives. And then we'll see. Yeah, we're going to buy the trailer. Going to buy the trailer. I keep him and hawing about it because I'm like, well, what if something else comes up for sale? I can't plan on what ifs. The trailer is what's up for sale now. And I've been wanting to get a bigger trailer than what we currently have. We're going to keep the trailer that we do have, though, because that is a great trailer for feeding the chickens. It's a perfect size for it. But we are going to have to start putting down some more sheds because I don't have space for everything that we currently got. But we got to make sure that we have the money for the sugar production and the oil production for later in the year. We're still going to have like $120,000 to $150,000 worth of furniture to sell. So that right there should cover the cost for production buildings. Plus we got other things going on as well. Now that we got maple syrup production. Although the good thing I'm seeing about the maple syrup production, the price is good. but it's not making it so much that we're going to make a huge amount of money off it. But that little bit of income will help us out. Now I may turn off the maple syrup production during the summer, winter months, and just leave it on for like spring and halfway through summer. Because you won't be making maple syrup year round. So hopefully I can see where I've been. I'm trying to find a good angle to see the color difference. But I think I can see it alright here. I say alright, but now I don't see it as well as I did a second ago. This is where GPS would come in handy. I do have it, but we don't have it installed on any of our equipment. And this is about the only time where it kind of comes in handy. This and weeding, when you're trying to work in fields that have already grown, it's kind of hard to see where you've been. That's when GPS for me comes in handy. We'll have to have a quick look at the map once I get done to see if I covered everything. But with the working width of this fertilizer spreader, if I have missed anything, I'll be kind of surprised because I'm sure I'm overlapping quite a bit. It really is kind of hard to see at certain angles. It's not going to be as hard as in the oat fields, I don't think, because the oats don't... Sugarcane, the first growth stage is pretty darn tall. But then sugarcane at it, when it's ready to be harvested, is going to be pretty darn tall. I keep thinking that I missed spots here, but I'm going to guess I have not. All right, let's check the map. See how bad I did. Yeah, okay, I didn't miss anything. Perfect. Mr. Frank is doing wonderful. Looks like he's already done with the headlands and going back and forth. All right, let's go over and get the oat fields done. This field won't take as long either. And then it's time to go sell some clothing. I probably should bring over the wool because that's probably like about 2 crates worth of wool. I mean, not wool. Clothing. That's what I want to say. It's probably 2,000 liters worth of clothing, which is like $20,000 worth. So I should get that over to Tight Knit to start making some more fabric. Is that applying fertilizer? Because it doesn't look... I mean, I'm applying fertilizer, but it doesn't look like it's actually accepting it. I know it's taking it. Just I just don't see the difference in the shade of the ground as well as I thought I would. I'll just do what I did in the other field this time to guesstimate where I've been. And I think I'll be alright. Of course, I'm doing this the dumb way, but then again, I do a lot of things the dumb way. I probably should have fertilized the field in the other direction because I could have used the lines in the field as a reference. But no, here I am just guesstimating where I should be. I told Mr. Frank to go on home because he's doing the same thing as he did in this field, meaning we're missing little pieces, either the overlapping. I gotta double check the settings. I'm starting to think is there offset some reason being put into the course play when I do it. Offset will make it go more to one side than the other. So I'm wondering if there's an offset somehow on that. Not too sure, but I'll have to go there and take care of that myself or figure that out off camera. But most of the field is done. The weird thing is it's not doing it on the headland. You can see even when he did it here on the headland, he didn't miss any spots. But when they started doing the rows, yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. I'm going to check here in a second to see how I did in this field. I'm guessing I missed a couple spots here. But then again, maybe not. Not too sure. Alright, should be covered there. Survey says... yeah, I did miss a couple spots here and there, but we're going to call that good. That's not too bad. Alright, one more field of oats to take care of, and that's not going to take me too long. And then it's off to sell some clothing. And make some purchases with the money we have. Now, the good thing is the trailer is only like 70,000-ish. Just shy of 70,000, and we're going to sell a lot more than that on clothing. So even with the extra money we had left over, that should pay for the sugar factory or the oil factory. Now I'm thinking sugar factory is going to be our priority. Now we can do a few things with the sugar, and we can make chocolate and or save it for the cakes. And might be do a little bit of both, because we should have a lot of sugar, I think. But we won't know until it's time for harvest. Oh no, I'm going to run out of fertilizer. I'm not going to be able to finish this job. Alright, so there's a little bit more of an expense. Oh, do I have fertilizer left over somewhere? No, I use it all. I use all of it, so I'll have to go to the shed and get some more. Let's open up the cover. So nice having these sheds now. Don't have to go down to the store. And I'm starting to think about maybe start putting asphalt around down here instead of having dirt. But leave a comment down below. Would you rather just see it all dirt, and I'll repaint this like area like dirt, or would you like to see some asphalt mixed with dirt, or all asphalt? Concrete, probably not. Although concrete would probably hold up better than asphalt. And someday we'll be getting rid of that cabin. Right, so somewhere... got a lot of weight in the back. T6 is not like that much weight in the back. So let's get rid of some of the weight in the back by spreading it around. And my front wheels are a little bit off the ground, so steering is a little bit off at higher speeds. I think if I just go right down the middle, we are good. Now the one thing I did notice when I was checking the page, apparently I kind of forgot about the field ahead of us, but that crop there I believe is already in the second growth stage, so if I were to go in that field, I'm going to destroy it. So I'm going to try to get the edges where it needs to be done. And luckily, since the spreader on this is so good, maybe we'll get lucky enough. So if we go to the page here, and oh, those are weeds growing in that field. I got to take care of weeds in that field. All right. I was looking at that crop, I'm like, that crop looks a little funny. Apparently I did that with the subsoiler as well. Anywho, let's get rid of the lime as well. So you can see some areas I need to cover. So we'll see how good I can get. I might be able to get all that. Actually, I might not be able to get alongside there either. Let's see how much I can actually get here. And I'm sure this is in the second growth stage, right? Yes, it is, because I'm destroying the crop, so we'll get most of it. It'll be fine. That's for the chickens anyways. So I'm not going to get a true total, but then again, the field needs lime anyway, so... Okay, I'm not getting as much as, as I thought I was going to get. I thought I was going to cover a little bit more than that. Because I think the working width of this is like 40 some odd meters, so I was thinking, okay, I'll get like 20 meters in. Ish. Right around there, but yeah, not quite. Not quite. A little bit more. Alright. Also just remembered, I do need to take care of the grass field as well. So I'm going to drive the T6 over to the grass field and park it there. So when I log back in, if I say, where's my T6? I'm like, why is my T6 over here? I'll know why. I've forgotten the grass field a couple times over here. So I'll meet you. We'll have the Mack truck. Already got the trailer on the back. We're going to go over to So What, pick up all the clothing, and we'll sell it. And then purchase ourselves that trailer if it's still on the market. Well, I wasn't expecting my grass to be ready to be cut in April, but it's ready. So fertilizer it will not take. So we should get our 220,000 liters off there. All right. I was going to meet you back at the Mack truck, but yeah, just figured I'd show you. So fertilizing this is not going to do me any good. So it's going to be what it is. Yeah, so we're over here, as you can see, yeah, we're missing, it looks like every other, so it looks like going one way than another. So it must be an offset somehow on course play. So I'll figure that out later on. Here is our Mack truck. All right, let's go over to So What. Let's let's sell some clothing and bring in some cash so I can spend it. Alright, side curtain is open. Let's go ahead and just throw these in here. I wonder if those are close enough. Looks like the ones in the front are, but the ones in the back are not. And we'll know in a second how many liters of clothing we got. Then I gotta figure out where I gotta go with it. Last I knew, it was the supermarket that was the best price. Well, we got 2 tiers worth of clothing, which is good. 23,000 liters of clothing. Let's shut the side curtain. Alright, so let's double check to see where the clothing needs to go. 286. To the supermarket we go. So we're going to have a really, really good chunk of change here. Start doing the math. It's $10,000 a piece, so you can see the money coming in. And the thing is, we got a lot more cotton that's being made into fabric, which will be made into clothing. So I may sell some more in the month of May, but when next year comes, we'll have more clothing, even though we're not putting down cotton this year. Let me go ahead and open this up so I can make sure we're selling it. Oh, I was trying to get the whole trailer in there. Is that all? Yep, all the clothing is now gone. So now we're up to $254,000. Wow. Okay, I wasn't expecting it to be that good this year, but I'll take it. I can see, though, with the tractor trailer and truck, I may need to make that back way a little bit bigger. Let me just park here for a second. Let me just go right into the store here. Is it still there? It's still there. Let's go ahead and buy this. Definitely not going to question it now. A couple things we are going to change, though. Let's see. We do want the cover. It's an extra $5,000. That's fine. Wheel setup, wide tires, but we are going to go with the Michelin wide tires. Just like that, so much better. So now we're up to $74,833. But we're going to hold 52,000 liters, and it holds a lot of stuff. Probably the Fent will be in charge of that, of hauling this thing around. Let's go ahead and buy that. All right, bring us down to 180,000, which is, I'm fine with that. Very fine with that. So now we got ourselves a trailer. Check something off the list now that we don't have to go ahead and purchase. I'm going to bring this on back. I'm going to grab the Fent and go on down to the store and at least hook up to the trailer. And so we can have a quick look at it. But I'm going to go up to our sunflower fields, and we're going to put down a couple beehives. Alright, so that was a quick solution. I decided, like, yeah, let's go grab the Fent, and then I realized, well, the Fent is on planting duty. And yes, there was a tool offset. It was off by 3.5 feet. So, let's see what he does here. I did go ahead and put some more fertilizer, some more seed into it. So now we'll see if they, well, it should be fine. It should be all set. We will jump on down to the store, though, and take a quick look at this trailer. Now, it's not the same one that we were releasing. We were releasing the Joskin trailer. Can I not visit down here? Oh, I got to click on that part of the map and then visit. There's Sally doing circles. Too much coffee? Yeah, so we were doing the Joskin, which is kind of the same thing. It had kind of like the same cover. That was like a 42,000 liter, so a lot bigger, as you can see. But that's definitely going to help us out when we do sugarcane, because even with this trailer here, I'm guessing 5-fold trailer loads. As for the other fields, not that big of an issue, but now we got ourselves a trailer. I just realized I can't teleport to my sunflower field, so I got to jog all the way up there. time to place down some beehives and a spot for some pallets for honey. I must say I'm in awesome shape coming on up here. So you can see in these fields here, you can see where it says weeds are growing. So probably at least a weeder. I may do it later on today since the weeds are technically growing in this field now. So we got to take care of the oat field that's down there and the weeds that are here. Actually, let me go back to this map here. And if I go to this page here, so it shows the weeds growing here, but it doesn't show them here, which is, I wish they would kind of change that a little bit because it's kind of misleading. Yes, the weeds are growing here, but since they actually haven't in a growth stage yet, it's not showing on the chart. But when you walk in the field, it does say weeds are growing. So we'll lease the weeder and take care of those fields. It won't take us too long. But we're up here to put down some beehives. I'm not really sure I know where I want to put them because if I do add more fields up here, I don't know what the radius of the area is. Let me go back in here. Does it actually say anything about the bees? Animals. Where does it say? Let's see. It said will increase the yield of canola, sunflower, and potato fields. So but it doesn't say like what the radius is. How much it increases the yield by. I wish Giants would just add a little bit more information once in a while to let us know. Maybe they don't know. Maybe that's why they don't put it down. Or does someone actually know? Did they actually post it somewhere, just not in the game menu? How close are we to the edge of the map? Not close at all. I got a lot more whole lots over here. Let's throw down the beehives over here. Actually, I don't even know how big they are. Construction, animals, bees, and the bigger ones are 19th. Oh, they're not big at all. Well, I mean, they're big, but you know what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and just throw them down. I want to keep away from the fields a little bit because, we got to do work in there. So 19,000. There's a little bit of a landscaping fee here. I'm not really sure I know how I want to place these. Like I said, I'm not really sure I know what the radius of... Well, it doesn't matter. We already talked about that. Let's just go ahead and put these down. Like one there. Yeah, we're working on it. And I would like it to be the same height. So we're just going to go ahead and put them like right here. There we go. And then we're going to come over to this one right here. So I do believe this will hold 24 pallets of honey. And the problem is you can't really see the big area it is. So it's 212. That's going to cost me a lot here. If I just put it... Yeah, I can't really see the area that actually is. Alright, so that's how big it is. Alright. Let me go into actually landscaping here. Let's see, because now it looks terrible in here. I don't want to say it looks terrible. Let's go ahead and max out that. And I probably should have flattened out the area first. Yep, that's not looking that well, is it? I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just for bees anyways. Spin around this way. A little bit of a dip here and there. And that's going to spawn 24 pallets there, apparently. Not too bad. So they're buzzing around, so hopefully it'll increase the yield. I don't know, like I said, if the radius... If I click on the beehive, does it actually show me the radius or anything? I don't know. Have no idea what the radius is, or, like I said, if it clips just like one part of the field, does it do the whole field? So the yield bonus still shows this at plus 95%. Maybe the flowers have to grow before we can see the yield difference, or is it going to show it at all? Or maybe it doesn't work at all. I don't know. But we got some beehives now, and they'll start making some honey. Be interested to see what 2 big beehives. Someone said put down at least 2 of the big ones if you got the cash. We had the cash, so we did. So things are looking pretty darn good. We're up to 140,000. Maybe what I'll do. No, I was going to pay a little bit of a loan off. We still have a loan in case you forgot about that. I think it's like 60,000. Yeah, it's at 60,000. I mean, it's at 50,000. That way I can remember it. So it's 10,000 here, 10,000 there. But we got a good amount of cash here. But we probably will be placing down. I'll wait until the month of May comes first. And then we'll probably, you know what? I'm going to hold off onto it. We're going to hold off on till we sell the furniture. And once we sell the furniture, if nothing comes up for sale, then we'll start putting down the sugar factory and the oil production building, because we will need that for the sunflower and the sugar cane. Frank, how are you doing now? Or whoever's in here. Looks like Mrs. Frank came back, so she heard that everything was fixed, and she goes, oh, okay, I'll do it now. Yeah, no more. I don't know how that even got there on the course blade to where there was an offset. I'm trying to think if I used something that had an offset before, and I can't remember. So it's interesting. So be careful if you're doing that in course blade. Just always check your settings before setting off workers, because I didn't do that, and that's what happened. But she's almost done with this field here. She'll be done in a couple minutes. I'll go back to the farm, unload the fertilizer and the seed that we got in here, return the planter, and we are done planting for the year. I do believe all of our fields are double fertilized as much as we can get done. Yep. I'm probably going to take care of this as well with the free landscaping. Paint the grass back in so we get rid of these blue lines here, which drive me nuts. But we'll have to take care of the weeds in this in-game day. So next episode, we'll be starting off with taking care of some weeds and then progress a little bit. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Uh-oh. Mrs. Frank is going to be ticked. That's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here again in no man's land. But until then, have a good one. I might as well just finish this off myself at this point.